Andrew, you're one of the veterans on this team, a vocal leader in and out of the clubhouse. How would you assess being a leader, and how much pride do you take in that and helping younger pitchers and all of the players?
I think for me it's just, never forgetting how hard this game is. You're always going to struggle at some point up here, and I think it's always to realize how hard it is up here and have that compassion for those guys. And I think, the biggest thing is I just try to lead by example about how I go about my business. It's just more of feeling guys out and figure out what makes them tick. And I think that if you can figure out how to motivate a guy, that's what you want to do.
You've been pitching in the major leagues for quite some time. Is coaching something that interests you when you're done playing, Andrew?
Not at the pro level. It's a big commitment. You give up a ton of time. You give up all your family time. You miss a lot of stuff, people growing up, all that kind of stuff. I think for me, maybe the college ranks, maybe a junior college or something like that, but I'm still trying to just focus on my career right now and try and get guys out up here.
You're in your second season with the Orioles. You openly said you're not sure how you feel about the whole trade situation. It is 6 weeks away from the trade deadline. Where do you stand on that? Is that something you're open to with how you know the Orioles are and where they are in this organization?
I think it all depends on the situation. There's a lot of unknowns, a lot of what ifs, so I think for me it comes down to what the situation is, what my role will be, a lot of that stuff. And so I think it's when that situation arises, I sit down and talk with whatever club that is and, make the best decision that I feel like is best for me.
Why do you think it's so tricky? You've never pitched in the postseason. It's something a lot of veteran pitchers want to do. They want to reach the postseason. Why is it such a tough decision for you?
It's not that it's a tough decision. It's just like, is it the best fit for me? If you go to another team and they abuse you as a reliever, that's not the best thing for my career. So I think at this point in my career, I'm just kind of looking out for what's best for me. When I signed on here for a 2-year deal with the Orioles, I made a commitment for 2 years here. So, I don't have a no trade clause. So it's one of those things that, when that comes down to it, we'll sit down and make the best decision.
Some days the pitching is really good for the Orioles. Some days the hitting is better. What's it going to take to string together some wins for this team and hopefully get it rolling?
I just think we need to be more consistent. I think it's, moving runners over. I think it's, when you get in a big spot and you get 2 outs, you got to make a pitch to get the 3rd out. It's doing the little things on defense. I feel like our guys are giving everything that they've got. We're just not getting it done, and it's unfortunate. But at the same time, too, it's a young team, so it's a chance for a lot of these guys to grow and figure out areas that they can get better. Guys are getting chances that have never gotten chances before. So it's also, I think, in years to come, it'll be fun to see when those guys are having good years. They'll look back on this time and say, they learned and were able to experience failure to get on top.
A teammate of yours that's having a terrific first half of the season, Trey Mancini, and making an all-star bid. What can you say about your support, your teammates' support for him throughout this process?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, he's a great teammate. I really enjoy having Trey around. He brings it every day. I think his first inning stats are out of this world, his hitting in the first. It's a guy that gets the most out of his ability. He shows up every day, and just the swings he puts on balls, it's impressive. But it's not easy moving around a lot like he does. He goes from the outfield to the infield, then back to the outfield, some days DH. So it's, he had a down year last year, but what a lot of people don't understand is he played through a knee injury almost the whole season. So it's, it's a type of teammate you want, a guy that's going to show up and play whenever he's not at his best.